What is up, people? This is the Oracle. We are back online for another Modern Master draft. Today, and probably for the next couple Modern Master draft, I will be playing in a Phantom league. The reason is, there's two reasons. First, I think the money you can get out of the regular draft is just atrocious. Like, even if you go 2-1, you lose a bunch of money unless you open some mythic, like, I don't know, Liliana, Cavern of Souls, and this kind of things. And yeah, my win percentage is not worse than it was in as a revolt. It's between 66 and 70%, something like that. I haven't checked recently, but along these lines. And I'm losing a lot of money. A lot of tickets, I should rather say, while I was winning more and more tickets playing as a revolt. So basically, pretty much doing the same in terms of win percentage and results, but yeah, it hasn't been working out very well for me, and that's slightly annoying. Where Phantom Draft, if you go 2-1, you are even no matter what. So that's the first reason. The second reason is simply that, well, I thought it might also make your experience better as viewer, since you will not have to see me rare draft just because because you need the money. Because you really need to open some good rares and pick them every time if you wanna not lose money while making the regular draft. So I'm a little bit unhappy about that. But at least I can play the Phantom Draft and not lose a ton of tickets. Either way, this pack is decent. We have Nighthawk and Museum Mortars as the two best cards. And I think it's just Mortars. Mortars is very good on 2 mana, very efficient removal. And if you can overload, it's usually game over, so it's a very powerful card. Nighthawk is good too, but I think just weaker. Other than that, Bomber is pretty good. And there's not a ton of things. This is actually a fairly weak pack. I've been pretty happy with Lowkeeper though. Alright. Gruul Warchant is pretty strong. Now, red-green is the color combination with which I had the least success with. Each time I go red-green, whether my deck is good or not, I end up in 1, 2, or all 3. So maybe I don't know how to draft red-green, but I'm pretty sure you want some Gruul Warchants, some baiting, some aggressive creature, and I don't know. It's not like I don't think it's really tough to draft this deck. I just don't think anything is as good as 3 or 4 color control in this set. Unfortunately, I think the set is good. It's funny to draft. I just think it's very much unbalanced. There's one archetype that's like much better than any other archetype, and even if a lot of players draft it at the table, your deck is still going to be better than a random aggro deck, basically. That being said, I'm still going to pick Gruul Warchant here, as it is probably the best card and goes fairly well with Museum Mortars, and we'll try to make the aggro deck work. We'll try to make that work maybe, but again, it's really, and it's not only me. I've seen some other drafters, streamers, and yeah, I don't know. Aggressive deck are just atrocious. Like Skynet Legionnaire is just very bad. Like, you don't really want to be there at all. Anyways, Bomber is slightly better than Fodder, but I think we just want to stay red-green for now if we can. Especially since Mortars means we'll be happy if we can have just a double color deck and make it more likely we can overload. Because if we go 3 colors, getting the 3 red might be a little bit harder. If we have some good options to go into black or even green, even white or something, maybe I'll play a 3 color deck, but if I can stay double color deck, I'll be happy. And Fodder is pretty great with Gruul Warchant. Alright. I've been fairly impressed with Handwire Lancer. As much as I don't really like playing this type of card and being aggressive in the set, this is actually a solid 3-drop. We could pick that. Strength in numbers is fine, but it's probably wheeling and it's not even very exciting. The other option I think is Ogre Spree. Maybe play a bit of black. Maybe we'll not even play red actually. I mean, it's early in the draft. I could pick Ogre Spree and maybe go, I don't know, Grixis Control. I think I'm gonna do that. The card is so much better than Lancer, and it let us stay more open. There's also a Soul Manipulation and Eats a Charm in the pack, and Seagate Oracle around the 4th peak. All the cards are really good in control, so maybe this is just what's gonna be open. I almost want to pick the Oracle. I think Spree is just better, though. Feels like a pretty easy Outrage. Magma Jet is good, but I like Outrage more. Killing 4 and 3 toughness creature is quite important. There's not a lot of 2 toughness creature that are really worth killing in this set, I think. A lot of the thing you want to deal with will have 3 or 4 toughness. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the draft, I'd rather end up with something like, I don't know, 2 Outrage, 1 Magma Jet, or 2 Jet, 1 Outrage, than 3 of the same, for sure. But I think the first one you want to pick is probably the Outrage. And we got a Jet here. Cool, I'm just gonna pick that. There's a Bomber, which is probably slightly better, but... And I guess Burning Tree Emissary is pretty good if you go red, green, aggro. But I don't mind just picking some good red card and be able to play either control or aggro, depending on what other things I get. Interesting. So Burning Tree Emissary is one of the better reasons to play red-green aggro, I think, because the way you beat this control deck is just by being able to dump your hand very quickly and deal them enough damage, and Emissary helps you doing that. Baiting is good, but getting 1 or 2 baiting is not too hard, and you don't really want more than 2 baitings in your deck. And Emissary, you'd be happy to have 5 in your deck if you can. There's a Carnage Gladiator too, which is strong. It's close. It's pretty close. I'm gonna go with Gladiator. I think it's a slightly better card. Might be wrong. We've seen a lot of Bombers too. I don't like white-red at all. I mean, Guildmage is great, but that's the only good card in white-red, pretty much. That's a pretty late Instinct too. I mean, the card is good in red-black Sacrifice. I think we'll try to do that. We haven't seen a ton of good green, actually. Okay, that's not bad. Flunkies or Mecha? I don't think we'll be... I don't really love Corpse Gunnoiser a whole lot. I've been fairly impressed with Flunkies. It's not a card I like in general, but so far it's been pretty good for my opponent, so maybe I just try it out. Eh. Why not? Zombie is decent if we want to sacrifice stuff. I don't think we'll end up white-red. Zombie is... I don't know. Maybe I just pick that in case... Yeah, I guess if no one's playing white-red and we will Legionnaire and whatnot, maybe we want to do that. Even though white-red is pretty horrendous. I mean, I haven't played it a lot, to be honest, so maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. None of the blue control card wield, like Eats a Charm was gone, Soul Manipulation was gone, even a card like Grasp of Phantoms, which is not insane, was gone. So I don't think the control road is going to be very open. But again, I think even if there's 4 or 5 control player at the table, you can still... Everyone can have a decent deck if they are, good enough at drafting, because you'll be playing something like 4 colors, so you can make it in a ways that you still get enough playables and some good cards, even with other player trying to draft the same archetype. But if anything, aggro is pretty open right now, so even though I don't like it, we'll try it out. A lot of good options here. I think if we want to pick a black card, Falconras Noble is actually better than Aristocrat. Aristocrat might wheel, where Noble is great even in control decks. I don't think we want to pick a Signet here. There's Tracker. Tracker could be an argument to go back into green, as it is quite strong. But I kind of want to just pick Noble, hope to will Aristocrat, and go black-red sack aggro. In all honesty. Tracker is slightly better than Noble, but we have more black than red than green currently. Yeah, I really like Noble. Angel. Alongside nothing. Yeah. Do we try to go... do we try to go... Mardu mid-range aggro? I think that's literally the worst deck and worst color combination in the set. But Battle Rattle Shaman is super unexciting. Scourge Devil unexciting too. Gilgate fine, but might just wheel. Maybe we don't play black. I don't know. Maybe we'll play Mardu. There's another War Chant. Jeez. I think I'll pick Trumpeteer here. Here we probably want to pick Gilgate, especially if we end up playing 3 colors. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about anything else. Mistraven is pretty great. I guess we pick Ours of Gilgate and we go Mardu mid-range aggro. Mardu aggro. Sounds, yeah, to me it really sounds like the worst possible color combination and deck in the whole set, but you gotta try before you dismiss options. And if anything, it's wide open. So, I mean, if it's not gonna be good here, it's never gonna be good. Like, red is super open. We got a bunch of removal. We are wheeling Legionnaires, Trumpeteer, getting some Guildmage and whatnot. So, if it doesn't work today, it's probably never gonna work. Bone Splinter. Bone Splinter is usually quite good in the black-red deck. Now, we might not have as many token and sacrifice synergies here. On the other hand, I don't think we are playing Ice in the Skies. And Wrath is not so exciting. There's a world in which I get a couple more Dragon Fathers and Bomber, and I actually end up playing Bone Splinter. Wrath is fine, I guess, but I think this has the potential to maybe be good. Scorch Rusalka, probably not. I don't love the Beetle. Alright. Mardu aggro. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it is not as bad as I think it is. I mean, he said I just want to ramp and cast some Dinrava Horror. I don't want to be doing anything else, really. Vampire Aristocrat Wield. Probably a better option than Flunky's number 2, especially since we have a decent amount of 2-drops. Okay. Well, Harmonize should never go that late. Battlemage is great too. I will pick the Rattle Shaman and maybe play it, maybe not. Who knows? So the plan is to be mainly red with a little bit of white. I mean, a decent amount of white and a decent amount of black. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll end up with enough fixing. The thing is, in this aggressive deck, I feel like you don't really want to be playing Signet. You want to be casting creatures on turn 2. And having a good enough mana base without Signet is kind of tough. I mean, we'll try. Gift of Orzhova. The Gru Warchant Wield. Cheers. Maybe. If anything, it's a good tablet option against other aggressive deck. Same with Zombie. Aggressive random creatures plus auras. The worst thing ever. Alright. Again, I think trying out new stuff and playing a deck that you think is bad is not the worst idea sometimes. You know, I might just be surprised by the results. So Ranger of Eos is not fetching anything yet. I guess we could play Scorch Rusalka. We could get Gideon's Lowkeeper. I don't mind Ranger in white-green because you have Pilgrims to get, which are good and which you want to play quite a bit of. I mean, I'm fine playing a couple of Pilgrims if I can. I guess you can go white-blue control and fetch some hatchlings. It might just wheel. Boar Signet is good for fixing, but I really don't think you want to be playing Signet in these aggressive decks. Really don't think this is where you want to be. And it might just wheel anyways. Sensor Splicer is fine. I mean, it's good with Resto Angel. Maybe it is what I want. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. I don't feel like Ranger is going to be great. I'm just going to pick Splicer. Fleego Wisp is the best option here, but I mean the strongest card. But the double white is really annoying, so I think we'll just pick Noble, which is easier to cast. And not much worse than the Fleeko Wisp, I think, actually. Here I think we want Bomber. We need some 3-drops, it's a pretty good one. Again, Fleeko Wisp might be slightly better, even though, I mean, it would not even be that great here. We don't have a ton of good things to blink. Bomber is just looking quite good here. Grizzly Spectacle is double black. I just don't like it. I think we want Core Hookmaster, as weird as it may seem. It's a 3-drop. It's pretty good in aggressive deck. It's good with Resto Angel too. Arid Mesa, Boros Gilgate, Magma Jet, Ores of Gilgate. Jeez, if I can will one piece of fixing, there's like 4 lands that can fix for us here. Am I gonna wheel one? That'd be amazing. Do we pick Magma Jet and hope to wheel one of the piece of fixing, or do we pick a piece of fixing and hope to wheel another one? I think we'll pick Magma Jet. That's greedy, but... Ooh, Stinger is amazing. That card has impressed me so much in this set. There's so many good things to kill with that. That's a very nice gift. Yeah, great. Love it. I actually think Aristocrat is not going to be good in this deck. I'm probably not going to play it. Stinger's great though. Hellrider? Yeah, baby. Another Augur Spree. Yeah, we'll not play Aristocrat, so Instinct is not as appealing. Yeah, we'll just be straight up Mardu aggro without synergies. Just a bunch of removal and aggressive creature. I mean, in theory, this type of deck is just amazing in most limited sets, but I think it's just not good enough in this one. We'll see though. Could be surprised. I mean, we have some really powerful cards. Every card is good pretty much on its own. I guess Flunkies and Dragon Fodder are more on the medium side. Same with Splicer, but everything else is good. So I'm probably cutting Shaman here. It's not great, and I have enough 4-drops. The mana base, well, it depends. If I can get one more Gilgate and wheel one from the pack with a bunch of fixing, then it should not even be that bad. And we are mostly red with no double white, no double black, so it's, you know, it's not the worst. I don't know. I feel like if there's a good Mardu aggro deck in the set, it probably looks like that. Maybe with slightly more fixing. So if we don't get there with this deck, then it's probably a good sign that Mardu is not where it should be. But I kind of feel like that already. Dynacharge. We have 1 fodder, 2 bombers. This is not really a go-wide deck, and I found out that charge is sometimes clunky. I like it if I have a ton of dragon fodders. I mean, red-green, Fists of Ironwood. I'm not sure if it's going to be really good enough here, and it could. I think it's It's not super consistent, and I want to make the consistency of this deck better. That being said, I'm not going to play Pitfall Trap even post-board because I already have enough removal. So I'm going to pick it and maybe we'll bring it in some matchup. Could see Madcap Skill being something in the matchup. Fodder or Gilgate? Oh, I think we need to pick the Gilgate. We probably want to play 16 land here, but we have a couple playables in the side. Yeah. Consistency, I think, is more important. Was that the pack with the fixing? No, I think it was next pack. Hopefully it was next pack. Could see playing Emissary here. Though we cannot play a ton of things of it. But maybe it's good enough. Another Rusalka. None of a fixing wield. Well, I guess in this case I'm pretty happy I picked the Boros Gilgate. And I think that's gonna be the deck. Decent 16 land. And we hope that everything goes well mana-wise. I mean, with good draw this deck is it's decent, but even with good draw I feel like we are not really beating a turn 4 Dinrava Horror from a good control deck. Oh well. So, we are mostly red, as we already know. And then I think we have exactly the same amount of black and white. That's good. It's gonna make things simpler. And we have that's pretty cool. We have one of each Gilgate and a very evenly distributed mana base. So, I mean mana requirement, I should rather say. That's funny. No, there will not be any green here. Is that right? 9 red seems like a decent number. I could go down to 8, but I would feel a little bit better with 9, and then it's 5 black, 5 white. Alright, I mean, that's not a lot of black and white, but that's gonna be this. The deck is kinda cool and funny and very different from pretty much everything I've played so far, so we'll see how it performs. I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. Drop a like if it's the case. Thanks for watching and see you for round 1.